We in the house. Hey, yo, what up? Welcome to the Desert Podcast. We out here handling the festive December special. We shooting out here at Kanya Vision Studios. As you can see, I'm dripping in some Mawatle apparel. We out here today. We're hanging out with Wade Yarrow. Yarrow, did I pronounce it right? What is Yarrow?
It's a flower.
It's a flower. What kind of a flower?
Oh, a yellow flower with small petals. It's used to mostly make medicine.
Medicine? What kind of medicine? Oh, you don't know that.
I don't know that. That's actually because I was given the name.
You were given the Wade Yarrow or the Yarrow?
I was only given the Yarrow because initially I was Wade and I had a reason why I chose that name. And then Yarrow, I was given it by Crimson Heyday. He now calls himself Grammarian Heyday.
Oh, Heyday.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Heyday, the grammarian. Also, he gave you the Yarrow.
Yeah.
Dope. So the Wade, where does the Wade come from?
Growing up, I had a really tough upbringing and it felt like I was forever wading through muddy waters. So that's just how the Wade came about. And then...
What does wading mean?
Wading mean?
Waiting or wade or...
Wade, W-A-D-E. To wade. I was in a river, like in opposite direction. When the water flows this direction. And then, that's just how life has been to me. Hence, I came up with the name.
Well, what was going on? The wading. Well, can you tell us about the actual wading?
The actual wading?
That happened in your life.
I cannot really go into details, but one thing I can say is that in life, when you're trying to move forward, there are certain things that keep on pushing you back.
Kept on pushing you back. Why not?
They're too personal.
They're too personal.
Yeah, they're personal.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in River Cross.
In River Cross. What was your childhood like growing up in River Cross? Because it's known as like a dangerous place, you know? River Cross. How do you go River Cross?
Ke na no re batho ba for bolele. Go bonela dilo gole. It was just normal growing up in River Cross.
It was normal. What does normal look like? I doubt it was normal.
It was. It really was. It's just that I think the problem might be with me that I struggle to make friendships. I struggle to open up to people. And I'm just one person who's forever alone.
Why?
The thought of having a close friend is something else. If there was a time where you got bullied and then so the best way is just to keep your distance.
So you were bullied?
Yeah, a lot. Actually in school.
Where is this? Primary school or high school or both?
Both.
Why were you bullied? Do you kind of know why or what type of bullying was it? Were they making fun of you or
mocking? That is very hectic. You constantly get people mocking you. I mean,
what were they mocking
I grew up singing. I get it. There wasn't a time where I got to realize, I can sing. I just, so there's never anyone who told me, okay, you're good at singing. You should sing. No. So back at school, like you'd sing, you have people pointing out your insecurities. When somebody says, and then you have that one person who says, yeah, but she's got skew teeth, you know? Yeah, she's dark, skew teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, she's dark, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's just a lot that people say instead of focusing on what you would be doing at that particular moment. Instead, they would focus on saying the negative things. You know, they make you feel like you are not worthy of having this type of a gift because when I was also. Yeah.
So what is it that you were insecure about? Did that bullying make you insecure about yourself?
At first, I think, you know, I'm fine, just like any kid. I'm okay. And then you get to school. Every single time when you're trying to do this thing, and then somebody praises you for it. Mara, ujuan. Yeah. Hey, you can sing. Mara. Yeah, you get so insecure. And it really takes you time to finally realize that there is nothing wrong with you.
When did you realize that there's nothing wrong with you?
I think when I was 18, 19, I'm still growing and I'm still maybe trying to love myself or learning to.
What helped you realize that there's a fact, like, I'm actually like okay the way I am? Was it maybe the people maybe starting to like what you're doing, or it was a personal experience?
It was just a personal experience. I just told myself that I cannot keep on holding myself back because of this. Because I remember there was a time where we were supposed to shoot a music video. The very first music video that appeared on TV that I'm part of. They said we are shooting a music video next week. And then at the back of my mind, I was like, yo, what if I shoot and then I get the same comments? And then I just came up with reasons like, this is not the kind of song that I would go for. I do not like it. Because
you didn't want to show yourself to the public.
Yeah, I did not want to show myself to the public. I think I still struggle with the same thing because, you know, as a musician, you constantly have to create content for people. I'm sure you've seen that I have less social media presence, right? I would be thinking, what if I take content? What if I promote my song this way? And then I start to think about what's going to be said to me. Like, how will people receive me? What will they say? Because I've always been viewed as this kind of a person. Now it's a problem for me to just move on and be like, let me.
Even now?
Sometimes.
So you're still insecure?
Just a bit. But I think I've shredded back the way that I used to think about myself.
So you're saying you were singing as a kid when you started singing in primary school?
I think before that.
Before then? What type of, like, what is this? Is it you on stage singing, or
no,
is just you singing
just
alone?
me singing alone, making noise. You come back from playing with other kids, and then out there, they are playing Brenda Fasi. And then when you go out, that song replays in your mind. On your way to play, you're like, Swaramo, that type of thing. So people would say, hey man, you know, kind of they kind of instilled that thing in my mind. Oh, I can sing.
Wait, like, what is it? Did you grow up in like a musical space in your family, or how did you end up falling in love with music?
I think I just love singing. I just liked my voice, how it is. And I'm one person who can sing exactly like certain artists. That's how I discovered that I can sing, because I would listen to a song and then later sing exactly like how that person sang.
Like who?
With the exact voice.
For example, like
Shikana.
Shikana.
Yeah. Who else? I think Mary Chen. I've discovered, a little bit like Rihanna. I can switch my voice to a lot of ranges.
Did you do any vocal training, or the way you sing is literally just natural?
Vocal training, guy. move.
Internet, you probably could have landed on YouTube. So you're saying you just sing the way just because you've been singing for a long time? That's it.
I never had a vocal coaching. Hi.
So you grew your voice just by imitating certain artists. That's dope. So when did you make your first song, like an actual record? When was the first time you recorded?
2018.
2018.
2018.
For real?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 17.
17. Where was this? Who recorded your first song?
I do. I did. Yeah, we used to attend the studio at Evergreen. Like, we were just a group of musicians trying out this music thing, and I was only
why did you decide to
the female vocalist?
Why did you decide to record and like make a song? Was it like a conscious decision now I'm gonna start doing music, or record?
Okay, I was on my way to buy bread at the shop. The guy who currently manages me. I was singing a song by Alicia Cara. Scars to You Beautiful. I was singing it. And even though he stays around the hood for yeah, and then I number phone. 3 days later, I'm invited to their studio. And then that's when we made a song. But that song,
did it come out? Did you guys drop it?
It came out. Mara, the third of...
Is it available?
It's on Audio Mark, right? I forgot the title.
The title.
Yeah, Mara Niki featuring Hakim on that song. So the problem at that time, I was listening to people a lot. Someone else. And I was so in denial when they told me I was like, well, sorry, because then I can have ways, confidence type of thing. But as time went by, when I started crisscrossing different genres, I found my sound.
How would you define your sound?
Spiritual, motivational. Think it's the kind of a sound that soothes you, like, because I get countless messages from people, especially people that don't even understand the language that I used to sing, being like, hey, you're making great music, you're so good. And I'm like, these people can't even comprehend what I'm saying on this song. But they say this is good music. So that means I'm really at the right track.
You really had that. So 2018, you made your first song. And then what happens after you make your first song? You guys, did you like the space you were in? You guys now in your former group, or you've always been alone, an independent artist, or did you sign? What was the setup like going forward after making the first song?
Sikolo. I was in matric when I made my first song. And then after that, life was raging, and at that time, my producer was still studying. So that means I do not have a producer. I just stay there. I did not know anyone else who makes music. And yeah, then I get so when I came back in 2021, around June, that's when we decided that we are going to continue where we left off and started making music. But at that time, we changed the genre because Amapiano was a thing.
So you guys decided to start being pianists. So then did you drop like an EP, or at that time you guys were you releasing music?
Before that, I was working on an EP, an R&B EP, which I never released. Like I said, I struggled with finding my own sound. I'd listen to this song and I sound like Smamang, and listen to this other one and I sound like, I just felt like this is not going to do me justice. Let me just try something else. And I kept on receiving beats from different people. Amapiano, like they would just say, here's what I made, try it out. And I did. And at that time, I wasn't even sure like which language to use to sing. I just tried it once and it became a good song. And a month later, we decided that we are going to drop it. We shot a music video which played on Channel O.
How did that song come about? Was it just you guys making music, or like what was?
It had no inspiration. We were just in
you
studio
wrote it yourself,
vibing, and then come up with the song. I don't usually make live song, but that one needed a love.
Which song. One is the song?
I Miss You.
I Miss You. Is it available?
Yeah, on all digital platforms.
So Drilling I Miss You, is it like the first song you put out in 2020? When did it come out?
2021.
2021? It's you alone.
I was featured by Stoomza, the guy who produced the song.
And then what happens when you make King Makukhanye? Can you tell us about that one?
Makukhanye, like if you have expectations.
Yeah.
You surely had people praise you that you're a good musician. You have a nice voice. You shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. All the noise from people telling you how you should go about this music thing. Yet there is no manual as to how to operate this thing. And now you get depressed. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing my part. Why can't I not be received by people? Isn't those happy? And then one day I was just sitting alone and I thought, I do need light. I'm in a very dark place. And
what is this dark place?
Dark place. Dark place it is when you are depressed. You don't even see a way out.
Depressed again.
Depressed again. I get it. Life has no mercy.
Like what's the actual thing that's being tough at that time in your life?
At that time, I decided that I'm gonna embark on a journey of making music. Hoping that at some point it's going to give. But I'm doing things with expectations and not hope. We were disappointed because when you expect something like you said, what's the actual word? A timeline like
oh yeah.
By the time so and then when that time you feel man, it's going down. What's happening?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how the song came about. But all in all, I was just thinking about stories that people share with me. I went through abuse. I went through what. I do have people who actually talk to me. This is what I'm going through and I'm in a very dark place. I just don't know or what's gonna happen here. And because I'm really a good listener, I try to put them in a place where at some point, and that's how this whole thing of writing music that resonate with people came. Or you want to motivate people, you want to accommodate them, because we have different problems in people. You might be going through this, I might be going through this. Mara, when you listen to a song, you just sink in and be like, okay, this puts me in a good place.
So it was written by you?
Yes.
And then where do you meet was it innovative DJ? Like, what the song, when you guys made it, is it the type of situation where they send you a beat and then you write to it, or it was like a whole studio session where maybe a Toma beat if I say, and then you guys are making, like, what was the setup of how the song came about?
I never had those whole studio session vibing, what. One day, Prince Bulo posted something like, advertise what you do here. Someone might like what you do, and then I posted the previous music video and the links to the EP I had recently released, and then those guys texted from there. Okay, Miss Chezi, because we had mutual friends, Miss Chezi.
Oh, Miss Chezi.
But mutual guy, because they can see her friend on Facebook. And then Ababuja, she connected us, and Vasenda BD, which I worked on, and then Vasenda La project.
So is it your song, or it's their song?
It's their song I'm featured.
You featured. And then when that song starts picking up and becoming what it became, what happened to your life at that point? What was it like?
Oh.
I mean, you have like the biggest song now in the country. Everybody's playing it. It's trending on TikTok. Like, you're no longer just also for the long talk across. You're actually somebody now. How is that? Like, how is it you receiving all of that? Like, now the light, you're starting to see the light. What was that like?
Yeah, I was starting to see the light. It was great. Started getting bookings here and there, interviews. But in my mind, I was like, I need to do more.
Need to do more.
Yeah.
At that very same time.
At that very same time, I needed to do more.
Why? Why did you feel like you needed to do more?
It's because when I saw that song moving like that, I thought to myself that this is it. You know, I met that peak, but I did not act like it. I get what's all most of the time when people get to a certain stage, they become those kind of people like I'm the type of guy. So now I'm this one person. This song, people but busy ba argue. One I'm tiba o part this other one would say like I have an kids and kind of go kimo with like argue a can maybe they
don't know. They can't put the face
and it's really been a struggle for people cannot put the face
to the voice or to the song.
And it's still happening.
Still happening.
Till to this day, it's still happening.
Whose fault is it?
I think mine. When also enjoy I ran at Tom ke papinyana, jwale mpone gore ya ke fihlile jwalo. Yeah. Gosh.
Papa, or just branding or putting work that says this is me, content enough. Creating enough content for yourself, for Wade Yarrow, so that people can be like, oh, so that's...
I've already mentioned I struggle with that.
Mm. And then that means it's just going to keep happening. It's going.
Nah, it's a new year, new resolutions. Things change. Mhlambe, even if you called me to this podcast, I was gonna be like, yo, I can't believe like I feel
Yeah, you were very scared. There was a time. Yeah.
I think
do you think you have anxiety?
I do.
You do.
Yeah, I do. I get so anxious. I procrastinate a lot even.
Any solutions on how to get around that? Because I mean, you are Wade. You can. There has to be something. Something's gotta give.
I think the solution go for Garola. Na Shia
And then do what?
Na Shia, you have to do something about it. Or I cannot keep on doing this music thing. I have to make it work. Even if I do have that anxiety, at some point, when you forgive the bujur I've played for a very long time. This is the time that I have to take myself seriously. Let go of dilochela ne kiduchiki chabor bat patlovlela ka jona. Because they held me back.
So I'm still there when this song is taking off. Because I would just see I'm not getting what I want. So your life, what was it like? Because I'm sure there are people that can like, that's Wade and that's her, that she made the song. What was it like? I don't know if you were working or or you just at home, but your social life, what was it like? Your environment when you heard that song and the people around you knew, or this is you and this is your song.
Motho wa go founela when ke na le motho mongwe shu ke a mmotse ke re ke a go tseba wa nkganetso wa bora kore o kare they never really wanted to acknowledge the fact that I sing. You constantly get people tell you when you for cross, because there's someone who once said to me, when ukabo music and they just don't think maka a big song and then later on when she sees one phone I ka se re we re ke botse or yang khatla or I stream or anything because the streams jaka fela re checka but ba mo ba streamer when ke na motho mong show wa nkganetse ke re ke a go tseba mo tsore ke a go tseba ba ga tse ke fatol kreng that kreng when one tseba ka nne to bana if over somehow ke mkana o ka re ke na le magetlanyana gore fele ke nna
so ya gore ka borotho mola ba bona a gona ntela gore hey can we take a picture what are they
ba kra dinepe spela ga tsentse o ka sentho ke ba ba mara they do not do
they don't so the bookings while you were moving up and down, what was that like for you to actually get to go to different places performing your music?
It was great seeing a bit of progress after you've worked and realized, oh God, now this is my life. This is what I'm going to be doing. And I think I'm just comfortable with doing it because I really, really appreciate my gift. At first, nearly a bit difficult because I thought, I cannot face people. I cannot be in front of people. I cannot have hundreds or thousands of people looking at me, get busy, and then after that, but don't criticize. It's been a very big problem. But I work like a challenge.
Did you make a lot of money doing that?
Personal question. I mean, money. No.
I mean, you had a big song. And you were gigging. Or no charge 500.
Our next I charge 500. Next I charge 500. But the promoter jamurai. Yo, the promoter jamurai. Motho phone wa tsang karata go buka ke nya gore o tlo ba paniana mola career event mara wene a o tshweni ke no mo gae ke tlo go fa ya gona melo bona ro ntloela ga botse hap go ntloela a we bone into career.
Yeah. And how did you deal with that? Wa ba tlogela ba go tloela or
awa ga o shalo rialo mara o ile patele bong go ra gore na o nya ke ntlogela.
And how has it been like being in the industry of Begasford, like the social life, yeah? Because have you collaborated with anybody else from Begasford ever since after that time? Are you working with anyone?
No, I've been taking features. It's just that but we're gonna have a release like a feature. Yo, a lot of people. I think I made a song with Slang King Dice, and then babangwe ba go botse re tlo ya studio the next day ni motho o mlitile for homlela go ka re ba go chance ye ya ka fogana. Mara yeah, I've worked with.
And again, in Koshe, get 20. Is it 2022?
2021, around September.
Around September, but it took off in 2022. It was a big song in 2022. Have you released anything else when personally after then?
I just recently dropped an EP.
Recently? How recent?
November.
Last year, November. Okay. Makukhanye, you did a video for your name?
Two
videos. They were played on TV.
One was played on TV. And then the other one is just on YouTube.
It's just on YouTube. So what is 2024 looking like for Wade? What are the plans this year for you?
I'm thinking of dropping visuals.
Soon.
By the way, because I have been working on my confidence, a lot of content, on my social presence, because whatever social media, you've said it yourself that it makes following a creative path a bit difficult because you constantly see people. By Shalaka Mapuna, they get a lot of reactions, and there is you. There is you who's non-confident, and they're just there like, yo, gosh, musna, yeah. But I think people will just catch up, man. People will catch up. I'll just create.
People will catch up.
Yeah, people will catch up. I'll shove it on their throats. Yeah, you know what? I'm a great musician, a great lyricist, and a great storyteller. So it's about time.
Baby.
Hey.
And why do you sing in Zulu?
Yo, deep kana asanka kazama opera kaspedi.
Why?
Nothing comes in my mind when I'm listening to a beat.
Just beat.
Yeah.
Just beat.
Yeah. Yo. I got to see. Ke blela Spain na go ngwetele go khotsa batho ba mputsisha gore can't we no be ke mo be mara ke re ke ya mola maikeng ke o apela ka Spain yo ka mohlogong go ba blank go for engwe
for blank. Where did you learn Zulu?
Hey. O ka re ke floruta ke fo tsama ke ikwaile. Yeah, plan.
Of tsama we kwa.
Ke fo ka batho fela ba bophela ka mkgo wa lena wa tsebo bua.
For your EP that you dropped in November, all your Nagamarope like a zoo.
I make English.
English. So is that a whole piano EP? Produced by different guys.
Different guys. Snowboy, Moji.
They're all local. So nobody ever reached out to you during that time, like from the industry guys, Bokabza, Maporisa.
Those ones never reach out. There are some who reached out, but are you? Really?
Who reached out?
Yo. So, yo, a couple of them, by the way. Kinal bothata le gore na ka re wa tsa gore mo industry nga o sa tsena ba go screwa.
What is there?
Ba go hlalfetsa.
In what sense?
Tla re berek mo kwe re tlo bona re dira jwang, because you're still trying to grow yourself, and then you're like, he's not that big, you know. Will work and dilo via sharp. And then after that, mota wana gore go shela ya move wala tomo ba true colors ja motho ba ka tse but ba jwa. And it got to a point where I just told myself, gore hi man, if but one recognize, but don't recognize, because this thing ya go jana motho wa go feature what you made. I think you want this to work for the both of you guys. And then all of a sudden, o bona o kare dilo tse ka mka di tlang di tshwanetse ena jwalo wena di sa o tshwanetse. So after that, I started getting features for a couple of guys. But I will tell you about this one. He wants us to work, right? That Dumela gave him my WhatsApp tens and Rablela. And then if you don't have a problem, can I call you? So and I tell him, what problem do you have with managers?
Who's that? Are you going to give us a name? Oh, no.
What problem do you have with managers? Now it's a problem. And then and you can blend in perfectly into his beat, let him hit, and then he comes back again after disappearing for some time. Joe, get ready to send a beat, and then to send that beat. Project. You don't even have an agreement. Send a project, Jaka speed and I guess I treat it in your Korkibera Mongajon. I get what happy. Swanjo retomu. Gas forward. Hey, gas forward.
Talk about the splits.
Yo. Wanyamala, la boa project Jellica. Go on at last studio in Jove. It's our studio in Jove, a project to Shalanai, when you do not have a say. At last studio in karaoke, tell but Bakbereka nap, now with Wanyamala, la boa. When can you come to Jovek? I can a problem not like Jovek. Can a problem Lord Daba ye win Musanya Koko Reblel Kayo. And then Maslining a record those songs, Jam Sendela, and then Minyakri project to apply you. The songs. We have potential hits. Chiki Kitlokomo 2 hour bella, my news Peter Kill and even period. And then the lyrics, I listen to the lyrics, they're just the opposite what I said of what I said on the song I made, and I'm like, but Satan, yeah, I think I just have to work on myself. Or reach that level, now I do not have to beg for people to work with me if ever
So are you signed? Or you're an independent artist?
Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna exist. I think that started a very long time ago. Yeah, I'm signed under this label that is owned by my manager. He practically does everything for me.
Everything. He's your road manager.
Road manager, booking agent, my manager. What else? What stays? What producer? He makes beats for me now. Yeah.
What is the relationship like between you guys?
I only have a working relationship.
You have a working relationship. Is he the first guy that made your first song? You guys were so since then, knowledge have together. You getting the bread together.
It's like that. It's like that.
You happy with everything, the way everything is being ran?
Yeah. I think one of the simplest thing is having someone that you can easily say, "Ndoso akerati," and they do not force you to do it. If this is how we're going to do promo, and then you feel like when you're not comfortable because you're this kind of a person. If so I think it's only convenient to work with those kind of people.
So you basically have creative control over your music. Like I want to know, or when you make a song, do they say, are you open to like him saying, okay, don't say that here, say it like this, or you have everything is just you? We're not for master,
he does. He can't tell me don't say it like this here. Yeah, I can pay. I say so one thing is gonna do. One thing is gonna do. I think this should be a verse. More central verse, more I think if more bridge. Yeah, and in terms of helping me yeah, what's about record on antena or Koshia Raina soul, or finish your record them with a photo. Koshia Raina soul, yeah, Quataka Kush, but can I do?
Raina soul, but meaning or the way you record it, I never vote. Do you think you moved to one state in Davidson? Were you going there to school, or it was just a family move, or what was happening?
Both.
What was both?
When I back in 2016, I was staying with my little sis because Makukhanye is so after I finished matric, I decided that I'm gonna try out and enroll. So I just came back and took my losses, and that's how we moved. And then when my mom came back together because hey, school. I saw very
What was it like? Can Davidson move it? Was it your own place, or was it a family?
A family place.
Or was a family? Both the only one.
I was staying with my aunt.
With your aunt.
My paternal aunt.
Do you think being in Davidson, basically so you used to visit there?
Yeah.
Growing up. Do you think it was like getting to be exposed to places like Davidson, being from here, kind of like maybe played a role in you maybe being exposed to certain mindsets or certain surroundings?
Oh, I'm not engaged.
How would you?
I can spend the entire month without stepping out of the yard. I get you. I struggle with making friends. I was on Roma Shopong.
So ola go bapala le bomang.
Nick, I can bat ba go etela le go sa banyaka. O ka sa baraka.
Yeah.
O ka sa baraka. But I used to play with other kids. It's just that, okay, I was born in Mpumalanga, and that time my mom was working at Ngotwana at CB. So there are no houses around. Kilometers away. So I'll really anyone to talk to, anyone to play with. I think I just got used to that. And then it's a different experience. So I could just go like I'm going back to behaving how I was back then.
Okay. Do you have friends now?
Yeah, distant ones.
Distant ones.
Yeah. Asibal ba go vakashelana ja go re kai ro groove cuz
you have online friends. Fail.
Not necessarily online friends. If you're going through something, obviously, maybe talk about it. That's how I am. Marantula for Rotlo Fotel, don't get there, or go there, go tisham cozy.
What does a normal day in Wade's life look like from in the morning until the afternoon on a random day?
The first thing I do, go back on my shada. When I wake up, the first thing I do, go back this time, come all my chores. Get all rest and get all hobble and put your garras. But I do go to studio during the day. Some days, long I can play I can get record the 2 songs, 3, and then get able.
Who you love to work with, and Momzans, if you were to get like the opportunity to collaborate with somebody.
Msaki.
Why Msaki?
I grew up listening to her music. She does motivational songs. She's a great vocalist, a great lyricist, and I really love her.
Have you told her?
How?
If I go on Instagram or Twitter, just say, "Hey, yo, what's up? This is your nigga Wade. You know me. I made Makukhanye. I'm fire. Can we do something together?"
Sounds like a plan, Mara. Oh, but the account, the account managers go in. What text on your motor? I forward the scene.
Tell your manager to hit Misaki up. Like, hey, yo, can we tell her something? You'll be surprised. Yeah. You will be very surprised. So if you were to have a superpower, whether it's reading minds or for telepathy, instant transmission, which one would you like to have and why?
Superpower.
If you were to have
why haven't I thought of it?
Think about it now. We have all day
to think about the superpower.
Take your time.
I think my superpower would be to change people into being kind. Maybe we wouldn't have people who are depressed because whatever. I think even motho daily go better rona gore go boje banjwa ba because I go daily wa fall at least. But I have somebody tell you or you are a loser. Then I think it will do like if ever also change.
If you are a loser, but if you know who you are. those words can bounce off. But if you're a loser and you tell me,
hey, problem are idea kamo. Are strong man. Tina banya we are weak. Very, very weak.
yeah,
But my superpower would be that to change people into being kind people. Kindness goes a very long way.
I agree. So it will be in the form of what? Maybe let's say or now I'm fitting kindness. An airborne type of superpower.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever been caught doing?
Wow. Actually, Nah. Such a well-behaved kid. Otherwise, people call me crazy for having internal monologues. I talk to myself a lot.
You talk to yourself a lot? Why do you do that? Where does it come from? Flow on what the polish or game of one man at the polish. It's just the thing you do.
Just the thing I do.
A
lot of things.
Like what?
Yeah, on my way here. What will he ask me? Because you have me on WhatsApp. Now I'll send the links to your podcast and I watch some of them. Okay, but and then there is me. And if you were asking people questions the very same way, I'll go get you like a creme make it up. I
got no consistency.
There isn't.
What's one question you were scared I would ask you?
There isn't.
There isn't. Okay.
Because I know for sure if ever there's no problem.
Okay. Nah, I think that was about it. So if people are looking for you, they want to book you, or maybe they want to follow you on the socials, where do they find
you? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is Wade Yarrow. And then for bookings,
how do they spell that Wade Yarrow?
WADEYARROW. Yeah?
Yeah. So are you open for collaborations? Like what's happening? Excuse me. Another flu.
I am open for collaborations, yes.
In any genre or piano for them.
In any genre. So I do anything that I'm capable of doing.
What does it look like? Is there a fee to collaborate with you, or how do you work? How do people go about it? If maybe someone not really scheme.
We do discuss like how are we going to go with the splits and everything. Yeah.
So if there's a cross,
because not everyone has money and or the crowd an opportunity or a good thing. Because feature at some point I wouldn't have a song so I think just talking it out, this is what you're gonna get and this is what I get. It's the way to go about
it. Big shout out. So to Wade Yarrow everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Okay, so if there's a young Wade maybe got across it, she's looking up to you, she wants to be like you, what kind of advice would you give that young girl?
Ignore the noise. Always ignore the noise, because I think it's just the nature of people to always have a negative thing to say about what you do instead of acknowledging that you are good at it. Because listening to people at some point, you feel like you're not worthy of what you accomplish or what you have. But to project that
their own insecurities.
Their own insecurities onto you. Like, you can't be doing this. At least if no, like, you're incapable. There's this one thing that I always say to myself when I wake up. Ukuthi into ba awundithandi uyandonyanya okanye uyandicapukela ithetha uba uthi asoze ndithi ifafa nge-blessings. Kaloku God blesses people according to his
What you say?
Taba gore mohlomong a o nrate wa nyanya o wa nkwatela a e re gore modimo ka sa mbless ka baka la gore modimo blessa batho ka nako a nyaka. So these people ba phelang ka re gore ba tlo phela ba go botse re wena ka se kgone go dira ntho so ka gobane wena just so like you're from a disadvantaged background, you can't do it. Because we have people believing that to do something you have to have a solid foundation. Yes, you have to have a solid foundation, but there are people that have seen in what they do and all they did was just to work with what they have
and believe in themselves. Pause. Yeah, it's been nice hanging out with the Tero, Wade Yarrow, Makukhanye. Yeah, or she's gonna work on more visuals. We'll see. We'll be expecting more content from you. Big shout out to Kanya Vision Studios. This is where we at. Holla for your podcast needs. Yeah, and photography, video, yonkinto on the gram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Big shout out to Mawata Apparel for the drip. We are generally only available on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Caesar there's music out there. Drop the tape. Last year, October, is streaming on all digital platforms. Go check out Wade's EP. What is it called?
Ukuqhakaza.
What's that?
To sparkle.
Yeah, go check Sparkles out. Where's
across all the digital platforms.
Yeah. By spell again.
Ukuqhakaza. It's UKUQHAKA.
Yeah. Available on Spotify and Apple Music, man.
Yeah.
Go check out her music. Go stream. What's your YouTube handle?
Wade Yarrow.
Wade Yarrow on YouTube. Go check out her stuff. We're signing out. It's been nice. Yeah. It's a wrap.